This Monday, March 4th, NBA Betting Picks edition of the NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Cut. Cut is a peer-to-peer social betting platform that's US-based and available in 40 states. Head to cut.com, that's KUTT.com, and use promo code SGPN for a 10% deposit bonus. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy gives you the ability to play alongside your favorite fantasy players. Play their fantasy pick'em for a chance to win 100x in NBA, NHL, college basketball, and more. Sign up today using promo code NBA SGPN to deposit match. And we're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com and use promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA Gambling Podcast, part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. It is Monday, March the 4th, here to get a new week of NBA betting started. And joining me here to help me break everything down in the association on this Monday card, you guys know him as the superstar of the show. It's the villain himself, Terrell Furman Jr. Terrell, what's going on, my man? How you doing this Monday morning?
Oh, I'm good. I'm great. And we got chat rolling already. KC is in the chat. He's got some trends for us. I got to start by giving out. I don't want to call it a game ball. We got to find a word for it, but I don't want to call it a game ball because even though I'm a part of TCE, they do the game balls. We got to have something else. But Yusuf Nurkic needs something. He needs something. I don't know what it is, but we got the award. If it's an award, if it's a player of the night, I don't know what it is, but 31 rebounds. Insane.
He had I think he had like 12 or 13. I think he had 12 within the first like 6 minutes of the game because there was the only game on last night as far as the association went. And I looked at the box score. He had like 12 or 13 rebounds within the first 6 minutes. It was absolutely crazy. But yeah.
And you said it was what?
Yeah, I think he had like 12 rebounds within like the first 6 minutes of the.
I know for a fact he went into the fourth quarter with 25, and I was just like, man, this is insane. Like, this is nasty work what he's doing right now. Wow. Yeah, gold helmet, get a chain. Yeah, we could get like a chain or something. I don't know, man. But he said, Matthew's saying his first quarter live line was 20 and a half, and he still smoked it. Oh, man. I'm curious if anybody else seen live lines besides Matthew in the first quarter. Like, how far up did that live line get? Because the Bulls have to keep adjusting, and it's like he keeps getting them. So it's like you keep getting smoked. Imagine just sitting there just continuously live betting Nurk's rebounds last night. There's no way that there was probably a 30 and a half out there. They probably gave you 30 and a half, was like, he's not hitting this, and he hits it anyway.
Yeah. I tweeted out, I tweeted after, I think it was like midway through the first quarter. I was like, Nurk's on pace to have 30 plus rebounds. He ended the game with 31, but that was a pretty entertaining game last night for the last game of the card there on the NBA schedule. But yeah, 31 rebounds for Nurkic last night. Thunder back at it tonight against the Lakers. We'll get into that game. We'll see what Anthony Davis can do against the Thunder here tonight as far as rebounding props go. But
hey, man, look, all I'm saying, I don't know what his line is at, but if he does half of what Nurkic did yesterday, I'm pretty sure that's a winning bet.
Yeah, I did. I went and looked at it yet. Is his pregame line right now is 13 and a half for Anthony Davis right now.
If he just does a half, like all you have to do is half of what Nurk did last night.
Yeah.
Just half.
Yeah, 100%. What else from the weekend, Terrell? Anything else stuck out to you?
Let me see. What else happened over it? Braun hit 48K. Got that. Shout out Braun.
Yeah.
You know, the king. I mean, that's never. I don't know. They said that Kareem's record was never going to fall, but we see that. So I guess somebody could, but I just don't know nobody that's playing the amount of games that Braun played for as long as he did. Like, I mean, what significant injury did he have before he went to the Lakers and had that groin issue, and he missed the what significant? I don't think he had a significant injury that caused him to miss a bunch of time before that. So it's like he played a whole bunch of games almost every single season.
I think it was his first year with the Lakers where he only played, I want to say, like half the season. I'm
Yeah,
just
it
gonna
was
look
at
right now.
Christmas. He got hurt on Christmas Day against the Warriors, and he was like
Yeah.
done the rest of the year after that. That was like that's the first major injury I could think of Braun, and so that's like Braun's third or fourth life in the league. Like that's his
Yeah.
third or fourth career in the league when he went to the Lakers. So I don't know if that's a record that could fall, but you
It was
got to
at
play every game starting from when you're a rookie. You have to play every game to try to catch him.
his second stint with the Cavs, that last year with the Cavs before he went to the Lakers. He played all 82 games with the Cavs that last season. And then that first year with the Lakers, he played in 55. The following year, 67. I think that was the
And then
COVID year.
what was before that? What was all the seasons before that? That 82 game season, and then
So
what?
82, prior to that, 82, 74, 76, 69, 77, 76, 62, 79, 76, 81, 78, 79, 80, and 79. So
So,
he's
like that's
played.
62, but he's playing 70 games a season. Like who's playing 70 games a season
Yeah.
now? Like
Yeah. And
that's
it's tailed off a
insane. No,
little bit. But I mean, like he's getting up there in age, obviously, now with the Lakers. So since with the Lakers, imagine if you had played in more games here. So first year with the Lakers, 55, 67, 45, 56, 54 last season. And then this year, he's already at 54.
yeah, I can't imagine anybody breaking
Yeah.
that.
So we'll see. I mean, like you mentioned, people said that Kareem's record would never be broken, but
Yeah, yeah.
it's just how well LeBron has taken care of his body and still dominating at this age. What 41 now? Is he LeBron? So yeah, congrats to LeBron, 40K, the only player in NBA history to reach the 40,000 career points mark in NBA history. So definitely that was a lot of fun to watch on the Saturday card.
Shout out to the Jazz, by the way. Shout out to the Jazz. You don't have to plus 7.5.
Oh, if you know, you know.
Lose
That
by
was if you know,
6.
you know your situation.
Yeah, and I seen you made it your one of your plays of the day too, Munaf. I saw you slide it in there.
Yeah, it was. I not. It's. We'll talk about this when we handicap the games, or Terrell. But I think there's something that when those teams are coming off of a like 3 or 4 game road trip, like the Miami Heat were in that first game back at home, those
Yep.
are usually tricky spots for
You would think
those
that the
those.
home team gets up and it's like, nah,
Yeah,
you're jet lag. You just got home. You probably don't even want to play. I know when I get back from a long trip, I don't want to do nothing that day. That's why I be trying to take Mondays off. You know, people will be get back on Sunday. Oh, nah, I gotta have that Monday, especially after Vegas. Gotta have
yeah,
Monday off.
yeah,
Gotta have Monday off after Vegas. Ain't no way. So I just know that like as soon as you get home, you playing a game. Can't be the best feeling. Cannot.
yeah. Anything else from the weekend?
I'm good.
All right. 6 game schedule here tonight in the association. Before we do dive into the games here for tonight, let me tell everyone about Cut. Cut is a peer-to-peer social betting platform that's US based. They're available in 40 states. And peer-to-peer social betting is a new and better way to bet. Bet directly against your friends or other users on sports, politics, pop culture, and other events with verifiable outcomes. And it's a ton of fun with social features that give you a feel of a betting social network. Cut even offers lower VIG and fully customizable odds. Create your own bets. Cut handles the payment side of things so you never have to chase anyone down for money. Social features include group chats, betting leaderboards, head-to-head history, user profiles, fan groups, and more. They also have a rewards program so you can get cash back on every single time you bet against your friends or other users. Download Cut today in the App Store or head over to cut.com. That's KUTT.com. And make sure you use that promo code SGPN for a 10% deposit bonus. And we're also brought to you by our friends over at Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy gives you the opportunity to play alongside your favorite fantasy players. They're the easiest place to play fantasy sports and also the fastest growing fantasy app in the industry. It's pretty simple. You could play their pick'em game. You pick whether your favorite players will have a higher or lower stat total in this week's games for a chance to win big. You can win up to 100 extra money in a single night. Pick between 2 and 5 players to build your pick'em entry. You can also make rival picks, which picks 2 players against each other. Stay tuned at the end of the episode. Terrell and I will put together our Underdog Fantasy entry here for tonight on the Monday schedule. So sign up today, but make sure you use our promo code NBA SGPN to get your first deposit doubled up to $100, as well as an instant pick'em special. Visit UnderdogFantasy.com or find them in the App Store. And don't forget to register with our code NBA SGPN to get your first deposit doubled up to 100, as well as an instant pick'em special. You must be 18 years or older and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-522-4700 or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Terrell, we did fall just a little bit short with our our network-wide contest to the fantasy football guys.
I can't believe we lost to a
short.
bunch of guys who aren't even in season. Like they're over
Yeah.
there talking about the freaking combine, bro. And we're here talking about actual games, actual real betting. I guess you can bet on the combine, but whatever.
To be
man.
fair, or not to be fair, but one of the guys of the fantasy football was like, they were like door-to-door salesmen knocking on people's
Jehovah's
doors.
Witnesses. Yeah, they were Jehovah's Witnesses. They were going door to door. Hey, have you seen this new product we like to call Underdog Fantasy? Here's the Bible. Here, Underdog Fantasy. Come on, please, won't you come down? Look. If I just got you put that foot in the door. Let me. If I could just have 2 seconds of your time. If I could just have 2 seconds of your time, real quick.
But yeah, we're going to run it back again, I think, this month again, I believe. So again, if you haven't already signed up for Underdog, make sure you do so. NBA SGPN, make sure you use that promo code. All right, let's get into
I got to remember about Underdog. I'm going to forget about Underdog. I'm about to start betting.
North Carolina.
Oh, what? It's T-7 days. 7 days at 12 p.m. So guess what, Munaf? Let me just go ahead and make the disclaimer. Next Monday, March 11th, 12 p.m. goes live on. We going to be on air. I think it's a big slate, so we should still be on air. Let me see. Hold on. Let me go. We take an hour Monday. Anyway. We take an hour for our shows anyway. So
yeah, we
next Monday. All right, maybe we'll push the show back a little bit just to make sure. Maybe instead of next Monday we do 11, we might do 11:30 and push it back a little bit to make sure that we on. But I'm gonna be here. And we gonna go through it together. So if North Carolina start messing up and it ain't ready to go at 12 o'clock like they said, then it's just gonna be on air that they messing up because we going on air. I'm placing the bet. We gonna get down on some action for sure.
There we go.
And I'm gonna have a whole bunch of bonus bets. What? I'm gonna fire off. I might fire off a future. I'm gonna put something down for sure.
Hey, you got to rack in all the bonuses that you can with the North Carolina launching there next week for sure.
I got my girl's social security number. She about to be signed up for everything. Hey, I might have a couple of these accounts, but we gonna make sure she gets some of these bonus bets too now.
All right, let's get into it here for tonight's 6-game schedule. The first game on the board, we've got the Memphis Grizzlies. They are in Brooklyn to take on the Nets here tonight. Nets sitting as a 9.5-point favorite in this game. The total at 207.5. Looking at the injury report for both of these teams here. Start here with Memphis Grizzlies. The usual suspects are out: Desmond Bane, Brandon Clark, Ja Morant, Scottie Pippen Jr., Derrick Rose, Marcus Smart, and Zaire Williams. Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr. is doubtful here tonight as well for the Memphis Grizzlies. For the Brooklyn Nets, Ben Simmons is officially listed as questionable. Cam Thomas is out as well. And that is pretty much it. Not the most glamorous game to start with here on the Monday night card, but here we are. Nets laying 9.5 here against the Memphis Grizzlies here, Terrell, who are, I believe, coming off an overtime game against the Portland Trailblazers. But what are you thinking about this game?
Oh, man. I'm not laying this with the Nets. I'll let you know that. Like, it's really... I'm actually kind of dumbfounded. And it makes me kind of want to lay it because it's so egregious. But I'm just gonna go off of the eye test, and I'm not gonna question it. This Nets team sucks. They're horrible. The Nets have about four. Nah, actually, no. I lied. I'm doing it. No, because I wasn't gonna do it. I wasn't gonna do it because I thought the Nets record was better than what it was. But now that I look at the record again, who is ever? Oh, that kept replaying. I'm sitting here like, what is going on? Who has ever laid 10 points in a toilet bowl game? Who? No way. It's no way. I don't care who. I don't care who the Grizzlies throw out there today. I don't care who it ends up being. We've seen it be some crazy lineups. We see it be the G League team. We're really looking at a bunch of first year, second year, two-way contract guys playing 25, 30 minutes a game in an NBA game. I don't care. I'm not laying this number with the Nets. Give me the Grizzlies plus 9.5.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to close my eyes and not really close my eyes, but bet the under in this game. I mean, these, especially for the Memphis Grizzlies offense, who's just absolutely struggling right now to even score points. And it's no fault to their own, right? I mean, we talked about how they're putting out into the bench guys and G League guys out there. I mean, they only scored 100 points in a overtime game against the Trailblazers on, what was it, Saturday night. And they scored 92 the previous game, 101 against the Wolves, 86 against the Nets. These two teams just matched up on February 26th, and the Nets won that game 111-86 in their building. But this could be a revenge spot, if you want to call it that, for the Grizzlies after the Nets went in there and won that game by 25 going into Brooklyn here tonight. So I'm just going to bet the under in this game. As far as the side, I mean, I guess I'll lean with you here, plus 9.5. I can't lay almost close to double digits with a Brooklyn Nets team that's also struggling as well. So my favorite play is going to be the under 207.5 in this game here. You have any thoughts on the total?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Under 207. I just watched it go down to 207 in a book, honestly. So
yeah,
I'm with you. I kind of wish I got a higher number on it, but I think this could be a very, very ugly game. Something similar to that Clippers and Timberwolves game last night where 89-88 was the final score. Like I could think the first person to 90 is probably going to win this game. So yeah, 207.5. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, Nets 5-1 to the under after the All-Star break so far. So only averaging.
Nets team total under what is their team total at? If it's 100, if it's at 100, it is, and I think it's at 100 because they're 9-point favorites and it's at 207. If it's at 100, just take the under. It's at 108.5. Under. Yeah. Under. That might be a best bet on the show. That is in best bet consideration. Under 108.5. And I think it's because of how they matched up the last time and team actually dogging them out. It's not happening again. Look at Memphis last few games. They gave up a 122 to Portland, 107, 110 to Minnesota, that 111, and then a 101 to the Clippers. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine fading this Nets team. They've won 3 of the last 5, but this is a bad spot, assuming, and especially because they played this team last week.
This number's down to now. I see accordingly over at DraftKings down to 206. So numbers definitely on the move here. As far as the total goes, player props, Terrell, anything you're looking at?
Let's see here. We have, if I like unders, it's odd because I really don't know. Like, I want to get a better gauge of the rotation of who's going to be playing. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing that we've been doing, and I'm just going to back Vince Williams how we can, points, rebounds, and assists. He plays almost like, I think he plays probably one of the highest minutes of this new group Memphis has. They've shown that the VCU guy, they're going to the VCU guy. He's somebody that they trust with the ball in his hands, especially with all this defensively. And then I think there's a turnover prop too. I got to go look at Scott. Scott put me on to that Vince Williams turnover prop. But I definitely want to get down on that turnover prop. If it's at 1.5 still, I think that's where Scott was getting it a bunch of times. But he got plus money on 2.5, and he's been killing with the turnovers because he has the ball in his hands so much and they trust him so much. And you're going to have turnovers. So, let me find that turnover prop, but I'm back in Vince Williams today.
Yeah, he's had at least 4 turnovers in 4 of the last 5 games, and at least 3 turnovers in 5 straight games has Vince Williams Jr. I don't see any Memphis Grizzlies props out yet, at least at DraftKings right now. I only see it for the Nets players. So maybe, I don't know, maybe some other books have them.
You gotta wait. You gotta wait on that crazy injury report, but that's
Yeah.
gonna be what I'm on. When I see it, I'm gonna be on the turnovers for Vince Williams, and I'll be on his PRA too, probably.
All right. Anything else for this game?
No, I'm good. What you got?
Player props. I really didn't have much. I was probably maybe looking at some rebounding props. DFS has been sneaky as far as his rebounds go. It is up to -140 at 4.5. But I mean, maybe Claxton rebounds. I really didn't look at many player props in this game. Obviously, since we both like the under, rebounding props would be something to good look at. He did have 9 rebounds to Dorian Finney-Smith against the Grizzlies in that matchup last Monday, in fact, where these two teams played each other. He did have 13 points in that game as well. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for me. Anything else you got for this game?
No, I'm good. Let's go.
All right, next game on the
Oh,
board.
wait. I forgot to say Casey's trend of the day. Grizzlies unders are 38-10-3 when facing an opponent who was an underdog in the previous matchup and won outright and are now on the road to face that opponent.
Okay. So
That
when they were,
helps the under.
yeah.
So when they're facing an opponent who was an underdog in the previous matchup and won
Mhm.
outright, so they're playing a team that they were favored to beat in the previous matchup.
Yeah.
But now they're on the road and now they're a dog to, well, I don't know if that's because if there's a dog, but yeah, now they're on the road to face that opponent.
Got it. Yeah,
So you
only
played
helps
them at
our
home.
under.
You played them at home. You were supposed to win. Now you're on the
Yeah.
road. Now you're gonna play better defense, lock down because you embarrassed because you just lost to this team at home when you were supposed to win. All right, I got it. That was it. Appreciate it, Casey. That's a good. See, it's just a lot of words there. Once you understand the situation, the words are just a lot. That's basically what it said. Is that when you was expected to beat that team at home and you folded, and then you went on the road, played good defense, game went under.
There we go. Like it. So 38-10-3 only helps the under that we both like here tonight for the Nets and the Grizzlies game. All right, next game on the board here. Let's go over to the possibly the game of the night here, maybe the second game of the night. We got the Los Angeles Clippers. They are headed to Milwaukee to take on the Bucks here. Bucks currently a 5.5 point favorite in this game with a total of 226. Looking at the injury report for both of these teams, Clippers, not yet one submitted. They did play yesterday in Minnesota, where they squeaked out a victory,
Hey, man.
89-88.
Let me talk to you about the bad beat. Well, I wouldn't really say it's a bad beat, but like, man, I bet the Ant dad wave. I bet the Ant the new dad bump, and he had 27, and I had what I had. I had 30 in a win. I had 30
Yeah,
in a win for Minnesota. He had 21, 27. They lost by 1. I was like, dang. That 1-3, he hits one extra 3, and that's a win on
that's the
all
difference.
sides. Yeah, that's the difference. Like that 3 is the win, and it's the 30. I was like, man, sorry though, it's cool.
Uh, just looking at quickly the minutes that were played last night by the starters for the Clippers. So Paul George, Kawhi, and Harden all played at least 34 minutes yesterday in that game. And like I mentioned, they did squeak out a victory in a very low scoring affair, 89-88 over the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now they're traveling to Milwaukee. So no injury report submitted just yet for the Clippers. For the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis is questionable. And Chris Middleton continues to be out for the Milwaukee Bucks here for tonight. Bucks have turned it around since the All-Star break. They're 5-0 straight up, 5-0, excuse me, against the spread. They also are the number 1 defensive rated team in the association since the All-Star break as well. So now they welcome Doc Rivers, Glenn Rivers' former team, into their building, the Los Angeles Clippers. Terrell, -5.5 in favor of the Bucks here, man. What are you thinking?
I mean, it feels like this would be a spot where we fade the Clippers and we eat shit for it. but I think that I'd be okay if we eat shit for it. Because it's hard to trust the Clippers right now. It really is. I kind of have the Clippers in a I'm not going to say that we're back in the auto fade of where I was in years past with this Clippers team, but I think right now there's no way I can just sit here and reasonably take the Clippers. Like even in the game yesterday, they didn't really look good. Like that game didn't look good. It was an ugly game, low scoring game, and they just kind of squeaked away with a win there. But now on the road, back to back, playing the Bucks, who have literally probably one of the best teams out of All-Star break. You said 5-0 straight up, 5-0 ATS. Them in Boston, best teams out after All-Star thus far. So I really feel like we're gonna eat shit for this. I'm not gonna lock it. I'll just take the Bucks -5.5. But I feel like I don't know, man. Why would anybody put money on the Clippers right now? Why is this line not 6-7? Like, is it the talent? Is it because you have Kawhi Leonard, because you have Paul George, because you have James Harden? Is that enough for this not to be double digits? But like, what stops the Bucks from absolutely destroying this team early in the game, and then the Clippers just rolling over and just calling it a bad game? Like,
yeah, I mean, look, the Clippers have been struggling out of the All-Star break. 3-3 straight up, 2-4 against the spread. But you take a look at their losses, it was against the Lakers, the Kings, and the Thunder, and their 3 wins were against the Grizzlies, where they did not cover the spread. They beat the Wizards, who the Wizards were on a back-to-back against, or on the second leg of a back-to-back, where they played the Lakers the previous night. And then, like we talked about just right now, they beat the Minnesota Timberwolves.
damn.
So, I mean, it's not very impressive right now for this Clippers team. Is it tired legs catching up to Kawhi and Paul George because they haven't played this many games and I don't know how long during the regular season, or they're just in a slump right now? So I think I'm going with the Bucks here, man. Minus the 5.5. I like what I've seen from the Bucks coming out of the All-Star break. Maybe they figured things out over the All-Star break with Doc Rivers. And I think just defensively, we were talking about at the beginning of the season, Terrell, how bad this Bucks defense was. But now with Doc Rivers, they've improved. Like I mentioned, they're number 1 defensive rated team over the last 5 games and coming out of the All-Star break. So I like the Bucks here. I like the under in this game here as well. I think the under in this game is probably my more favorite play here as well. But I'm definitely on the Bucks side as well for this spread.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on the total?
Giannis questionable. Yeah, I think Giannis. I don't know, man. I just do. I mean, if Giannis didn't play, I guess I would drop. I don't know. I just feel like if Giannis didn't play, I would drop the line more. But if Giannis is playing, this should be like 7, close to 8.
Yeah, I want to say I saw a note that he was probable yesterday, but I do think he ends up playing in this game. Because this is an interesting stretch right here for the Bucks. I will find out if them coming out of this All-Star break, if this 5-0 is legitimate or not, because they got the Clippers tonight, they got the Warriors on Wednesday, they got the Lakers, and they play the Clippers again, and then they got the Kings. So that's their next 5 upcoming games. So it'll be interesting to see what the Bucks come up with here in the next 5 games here. Player props, you looking at anything?
Go ahead and shout out David from Toronto in the chat. Talking about James Harden over 31.5 PRA at plus money. And he said the last time he did not eclipse this number was in 2014. And in 28 games, he's only been under 31.5. 28 games against the Bucks, he's only been under 31.5 5 times, and all of them were 10 years ago.
That's wild.
That's insane. I did not realize it. What is James Harden's beef with Milwaukee? Does Milwaukee have good strip clubs?
It's
the Giannis thing. I forgot when he said you gave Giannis MVP, all he does is just run down and dunk. He runs down and dunk the ball. I forgot Giannis and James Harden had that little sideways beef going on for a second.
I don't know if you remember.
If James Harden killed like that, and he killed over 31.5 PRA, I don't know. They might just be in the game.
He's been playing pretty well, has James Harden. I don't know if you remember. I think he was with the Rockets. I don't know if it was with Brooklyn, but he was trying to make a pass to the corner to someone. I think it was PJ Tucker, and he just threw the ball like right at Giannis's head. Like it looks like he was like throwing like 100 miles per hour. Like I don't want to say it was
Mhm.
intentional or not, but I think it was really funny to see. But look, Harden struggled yesterday, so this might be a bounce back game for him. Yesterday he
Nah,
played
look,
34 minutes.
I'm over
0 of
here
10
trying
from the
to.
floor.
Let's
0
see
of 10
here.
from the floor.
James Harden, where's that stat combos? There we go. Points, rebound, assists, 30.5 over, and then hey man, if you feel like this game stink, because don't it have a stink to it? I think this stink. So if you feel like the game has a stink and you see James Harden going off like that, James Harden over 30.5, and the money line is plus 310, 315, plus 315 for James Harden to go over his PRA and Clippers to get the win. Plus, plus 184 if you just take the spread. But yeah,
Clippers.
that's how I bet the game. That's how I bet the game. If that's because James Harden, that's a really good angle. I forgot James Harden. That's funny. But yeah, James Harden go off. I think Clippers actually could be in the game, but I'm still rolling with the Bucks -5. I can't. You can't trust this Clippers team right now. It's really, really hard. They're not consistent.
I agree. Any other player props for this game?
For me, let's go with the thing is I did have James Harden assists written down here. That's the funny thing. So yeah, I like James Harden assists. I think that's a solid play. I'll probably just go with Giannis over 31.5 too. I feel like Giannis has had some pretty solid games against the Clippers. Let me go back and double check that. But I feel like I remember one game in particular that I'm thinking about. It just feels like if this team likes Doc, they're going to get up for this game. Yeah, that 46.
He had a 54 and 19 last year.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I knew it was one game that I was like, man, Giannis is just going crazy right now. Yeah, that 54 19, 35 and 8. He has 28 and 10, 32, set 31. Giannis, you saw Giannis prop over the weekend. It was like 27.5
for his points.
Yeah. It was like 27, 28. I was like, dang, Giannis under 30. How many times do you get that? 31.5. Yeah, I like that. I might do a Giannis 30 and a win.
Yeah, so last 8-9 games, 34, 38, 27, 36, 32, 28, 54, and 35. So, yeah, I think I do expect him to play here tonight. So I do like the over for Giannis points here as well. Anything else for this game?
Let's throw Dame in there too, on the assist.
I was looking for his points and rebound. I'm sorry, his rebounds and assists, but it's not listed yet. I don't know why. The only player they have for the Bucks right now is Giannis listed. But yeah, I think that's a good call because he's been racking up the assist. Has Dame.
He had a double the other day.
He almost had he's been flirting with triple doubles, man. It's either the rebounds that end up short for him or it's the assist that like we know the points are going to be there, but like there's a game where he had 23, 9 and 7, 24, 7 and 9, and then he almost had a triple double against the Minnesota Timberwolves. He fell one rebound short of getting that triple double. So I think the assist might be a good look here tonight once they do post him. And he's also coming off a bad shooting night against the Chicago Bulls, where he's only 4 of 18.
I feel like every night is a bad shooting night for Dame, man. I don't even be wanting to hear it no more. I swear every time I go look at a box score, Dame is some 20, 30% from the fucking field. Oh man.
So he was 50% against Philly. He was 50, but he only got up 6 shots against Charlotte. So we'll see. I think this is gonna be a fun game to watch though for sure here tonight.
Man. I don't know. I just feel like every time I go look at the damn stat sheet, he's so it says some 30 or 20%. I'd be like, bro, what has happened today, man? What has happened? Nah, I'm good.
All right. Before we get over to the next game of the night, let me tell everyone about our friends over at Hall of Fame Bets. Win bigger by betting smarter this NFL season, or this NBA season, I should say, with Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every NBA and soccer bet with historical stats and data. Enter any parlay idea into Hall of Fame Bet's revolutionary parlay optimizer tool to get rates broken down by leg, as well as an expected probability for the entire parlay. Sort all players by hit rate for any bet to learn which players are hot and which picks have value. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com and use promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today. All right, Terrell, let's keep it rolling here, my man. Next game on the schedule, we got the Portland Trailblazers. They are in Minnesota to take on the Timberwolves. Timberwolves currently sitting as a 14-point home favorite with a total of 210.5. Looking at the injury report for both of these teams here, for the Minnesota Timberwolves, they are on that back-to-back situation, so not yet one submitted for them. For Portland, Malcolm Brogdon is out. Jeremy Grant is doubtful. Scoot Henderson is out. Shaden Sharp is out. And that is pretty much it. So probably just read off who is going to be the starters here for the Portland Trailblazers here. Let me see if I can pull that up here in a second. Let me see. All right. So for Portland, it's going to be Anthony Simons, Chris Murray, Matisse Thybulle, Kamara, and for a game time decision for DeAndre Ayton. Nonetheless, Wolves laying 14 here at home. Terrell, what are you thinking?
I don't want to take it. I really don't, but they've been beating Portland ass all year. I feel like I've been saying the same thing. And watch this be the time. It's of course, sometimes you just don't have the right read on things. Like you just got to understand. Sometimes you don't got the right read on things. So I've had this same handicap every game that, hey man, they did the last time, they not gonna do it again. They did the last time, they're not gonna do it again. This team can't score. This team can't do anything. At the end of the day, they keep doing it. I mean, I guess you just lay it. Minus 14.
See how they've done against the Trailblazers this season.
No, they whoop their ass. Literally whoop their ass every game. Covering 16, covering 8.5, covering 9. Like I was prepared to come up here and say that the T-Wolves are 5-8 ATS when they're laying double digits, but I mean they just keep beating Portland's ass. So I don't know, man. I'm not going to continue to fade them against Portland. If it was any other team, I would take the other team. I'm not taking them. I'm not doing. They literally shut me up 3 times this season.
So this is the 4th matchup, obviously, for the final matchup. And all 3 prior games were actually in 2024, so they've recently played. So final scores in this game: Timberwolves have won all 3 and covered all 3. 116-93, 121-109, and 128-91. So, yeah, I think this might be a game where they bounce back offensively after they only scored 88 last night against the Clippers. But definitely, again, make sure you check that injury report for the Minnesota Timberwolves. I know Anthony Edwards has been dealing with, some knick-knack injuries. Rudy Gobert has been in another lineup as well. But I'm with you here, man. I think there's just teams that just own other teams, and this is one of these prime examples where the Timberwolves are just, they just absolutely take it out on the Trailblazers. So
not to mention the Trailblazers aren't healthy. Like, not to mention they're not healthy either. It's just,
but even like they can't score, man.
I'm considering at the very least, if I know Minnesota's, and that's really the issue, because Minnesota's probably going to defend their ass off too, like really, really bad. You lost that game, really, really close game yesterday. You're here at it again, and you're getting to play better defensively. You played really, really well. Like you played really, really well defensively. You just couldn't fucking score. And so, I'm probably going to play. I might play Portland team total under. What? That's probably an insane number. Like they're laying 14. I might just fade Minnesota and just say, even though that they're probably going to win and cover this, they're not going to score that much.
Their team total for Portland is 97.5.
Maybe. I'm not decided yet. Maybe. I got to look into
it a little
bit more.
Player props. What are you looking at?
Well, Ant let me down with the new dad bump yesterday. Kind of want to run him back today. I'm not going to lie. because of the proximity and the fact that it's a back-to-back. So it's like the bump might really ride into today too. But he did kind of let me down with the new dad bump. What else? What you like?
I would probably look at. I'm gonna suggest this because every time I do bet it, you already know that it always ends up not winning for me. Rudy Gobert rebounds, I think, would be a good look in this game if he does in fact end up playing. Um, Mike Conley assist is probably a look here as well.
What are the odds of
In this
Rudy not
game?
playing?
He played yesterday, right?
But like, what if this is a rest day?
Yeah, it could be, and I'm trying to
I
look
think
at
I want to
this.
get down on Ayton.
He's
Is
officially
Ayton gonna play?
questionable. He's
Ayton's
officially
questionable.
questionable. Yeah, but I want to see what Rudy Gobert has done against the Trailblazers here, real quick. So, last 6 games, 20 rebounds, 12 rebounds, 15, 17, 15, and 12. If he does, in fact, end up playing here tonight. Let's see with Anthony Edwards. You know what's going to happen, Terrell, is that you try to get that new dad bump
I
in
know.
the
I'm gonna get it
previous
today.
game.
I know. I'm gonna get it today. That's why I'm gonna play it today. I'm gonna get it today. I know it. He's
Yeah.
gonna do it in 3 quarters.
So last 2 games for Anthony Edwards against Minnesota, 41 and 34.
Against Portland, 41 and 34.
Against
I know
Portland,
I'm gonna get it today. I know I'm gonna
Yeah.
get it today. I'm gonna bet it again today. It's okay.
All right. And they currently have him listed at 26.5 in this game. All right. Anything else for this game?
No, let's go.
All right, next game on the board, we got the Washington Wizards. They are in Utah to take on the Jazz. Jazz currently laying 6 points here with a total of 240.5. Looking at the injury report for both of these teams, pretty clean for the Washington Wizards. Everybody's healthy. For the Utah Jazz, Walker Kessler is out. Lauri Markkanen is out. And that is pretty much it. So they're missing 2 of their 5 starters here tonight are the Utah Jazz. Jazz laying 6 points. Returning from a 3-game East Coast road trip, we did see them cover the spread against the Miami Heat, like we talked about at the top of the show. Now waiting, or I should say the Wizards waiting for the Utah Jazz in this game here. Jazz laying 6 against the Wizards here. Terrell, what are you thinking?
Yep. And for those that got Wizards plus 10, congratulations. I would love to see anybody that I see that it says that 10 was a line eventually. I would love to see anybody that got plus 10 on the Wizards. Like, please show me a slip that says you got plus 10 on the Wizards. I would love to see that. Wizards plus 6 and Utah on the money line. I mean, this is a Wizards spot, is it not? Is this not the Wizards spot where they cover but still lose the game? This is why I'm down on the Wizards to have the worst record in the league. This is what they do. They go out there and they be competitive. They be super ultra competitive in these games, and they still fall short. Utah is going to win the game. They're going to get back on the slide. They had a moment where they covered 7 against the Spurs and had a really good game there. Didn't have that moment with the Charlotte Hornets where they lost outright. I think this is going to meet in the middle. Utah Jazz get the win. Wizards get the cover. I'm betting it like that. Wizards are the cover but not win kings.
Yeah, we mentioned at the top of the show about fading teams coming back from a road trip. And this is one of those spots, right? I know it's only 3 games for the Jazz, but this season alone, when teams are coming off of a 3-game road trip or more, and they play that first game at home, they are 57, 81, and 2 ATS. So they're only covering about 41%, which just means that the road team or the team that's waiting for that team to come back home after a road trip are covering around 59%. And that falls here for the Washington Wizards. And Wizards, Terrell, have been one of the better teams on the road this season, covering the number. Despite their straight up record being 6-26 on the road, 19, 12, and 1 against the spread, 61% are the Wizards covering on the road thus far this season. So I think it's a good spot here, like you mentioned, that it's probably Jazz money line, and the Wizards do keep this one close at plus 6.
Hey man,
so I'm all over the Wizards here.
And I'm not taking the Wizards out of it to win this game. Like, I think the Wizards can win this game. That would just really, really piss me off for my Wizards worst. Like, I'm neck and neck with Detroit right now, and I need Detroit to pick it up a little bit more. But I'm telling you, I'm not. I'm I think that they're going to dominate the glass. Like, I think there's so many. We'll talk about rebounds in a second, but I think there's an opportunity for them to dominate the glass day. Like, the Wizards really, really walked into a great spot. And again, if you got +10, congratulations. Tomorrow said that he saw +10 out there, so I guess it did exist. But yeah, all over the Wizards today. That's in lock consideration as well. I'm not going to lie. Wizards +6 is in lock consideration.
Yeah, so I think that for now, this is what we do here, that we take the Wizards tonight, and then when they go back home on Wednesday against the Magic, play the Magic on the spread there. But we'll see. As far as tonight, Wizards +6. Do you have anything on the total here? 240.5?
Kind of just want to go ahead and just say over.
I think Wizards team total would probably be the pivot for me.
Yeah,
like they have their guys healthy. Like even Jordan Poole has looked competent.
Because what if the Wizards come in this game and actually dominate, like start to finish in Utah?
Yeah,
that's gonna piss me off for an over. That's gonna really piss me off for an over. Something similar to the Charlotte game where Utah just couldn't score.
Yeah, I think again, offensively they've been really good. It's just that defense, but they've gone up against opponents that, like the Clippers, they were in a bad spot where they gave up 140. They were on that back-to-back.
And this is the Wizards losing streak, ain't it?
Yeah, they've lost.
Was it 13 or 14? Maybe it's 15.
Let me see here.
How many games?
Wizards have lost.
Okay, so the last one was January 29th. You lost to the Clippers.
They've lost 14 in a row.
Clippers, Heat, Suns, Cavs, Boston, 76ers, Dallas, New Orleans, Nuggets, OKC, Cleveland again, Warriors, Lakers, Clippers again. And then we're here. This is by far the easiest team they played in over a month.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. Wizards on the money line. They just went through a gauntlet. They've gone through a gauntlet. Wizards on the money. I'm not even on the Utah win anymore. The Wizards just went through a gauntlet.
Yeah. And they've had 2 days off in between these two games as well. Like they last played on Friday night. They had the weekend off in Utah. I mean, what is there to do in Utah, Terrell? I mean, they probably were focused on basketball. There's not much to do there. Yeah. So this should be a good spot here for the Wizards to not only break their losing streak here, but also definitely cover the spread here. So, yeah, I'm all over the Wizards here. Wizards team total over. Player props, what are you looking at?
Let's see here. Yeah, so Wizards haven't been that good rebounding basketball as of late. Not that good at all. I'm looking at two guys that I think could have good games, especially with the hole led by Lloyd Barkman and Walker Kessler. And that is Marvin Bagley at over 7.5 rebounds and Denny Avdia at over 6.5. I think both of those two can have really, really good days on the board, especially Denny Avdia. That's going to be a fun little double-double play for me. It's been a couple of times that we've been able to successfully call out Denny Avdia's double-double plays. And so let me see what's the price on that. Avdia today is at plus 350, like plus 350 for a guy that he sneaks a couple of them every year, a few of them every year. So I think this is another possible Denny Avdia spot with Marketing, Kessler both out. I mean, it's going to be Omar Yurtseven too off the bench as well. Like, you might have to put one in on Yurtseven. You know that run Yurtseven had with the Heat. You might have to put one in on Yurtseven.
He did have 15 points, 15 rebounds against the Lakers on Thursday.
It's Yurtseven, man. It's Yurtseven. Like, he's like the greatest backups. Well, not the greatest backup center because that's Paul Reed. But, you know, like he's up there. He's up there for backup centers that just come out of nowhere. He's like the Moses Brown. That just comes out of nowhere. Yeah, he comes out of nowhere and gives you 12, 13 rebounds on an 8.5, 9.5 point prop. Like, yeah.
I was looking at Taylor Hendricks for the Jazz side on his rebounding prop. It was at 6.5 last night. It's moved to 7.5 at plus money, but with Walker Kessler being out, with Laurie Marketing being out, that opens up a lot of rebounds. Um, I think the obvious pivot for people would be John Collins, but Taylor Hendricks has been put into the starting lineup here and has actually been playing minutes. So 27 minutes per game over the last 5 games, averaging 8 rebounds. He did have 13 rebounds in the last game against the Miami Heat. So I think it's a good opportunity here for him. We might even see more of an uptick in minutes for him here tonight. So if you want to get on his double-double here tonight, I think that's a good proposition as well. And if you want to get even crazy with it, maybe parlay the double-double for Denny Avdia and Taylor Hendricks here tonight. So but I do like the over rebound 7.5 here for him tonight for the Utah Jazz without Laurie and without Walker Kessler in the lineup for the Jazz. Anything else for this game?
No, I'm good. Let's go.
All right. 2 games left here. Let's go to the Chicago Bulls. They are in Sacramento to take on the Kings. Kings currently a 6.5 point home favorite with a total of 227.5. Looking at the injury report for both of these teams, for the Chicago Bulls, Alex Caruso is questionable. Torrey Craig is going to be out as well. And then for the Sacramento Kings, only questionable tag is going to be De'Aaron Fox. He's been dealing with a left knee injury. Kings laying 6.5, hosting the Chicago Bulls here. Terrell, what are you thinking?
Yikes. Both of these two teams are, you don't want to back them too much. I kind of already told myself I was going to fade the Kings in their next game after Minnesota, but I didn't think that it was going to be the Bulls. And the Bulls just kind of got embarrassed. Sorry about that, y'all. Bulls just got embarrassed by the Bucks as well. It really depends on Caruso for me, man.
Yeah.
If Caruso plays, they're so much better defensively with him, and that can really really give them a chance. Shout out to Casey with another stat, man. He's kind of pushing me to the Bulls. Like I already had the indication that I wanted to take the Bulls, but I didn't know I wanted to take the Bulls because I didn't know it was the Bulls. But Casey, 2 key stats here from his trend. We got to give Casey's thing a name. The trend bot. I don't know. It's got to be something interesting because these are tough trends. Road teams who lost their previous game at home and are on 2+ days rest, and the spread is less than 7, are 51, 17, and 2 since beginning of 2023. Damn. All right. So lost the previous game at home on 2+ days rest. Okay, so you lost that first game, rest up a couple of days. You don't play that day. It's one off or back.
Yeah.
You get 2 days of rest, and hey, they think that you're already in the game. Like they think you already got a chance. This isn't like you just going out there, you playing the best team in the league, and they laying 10, 11, and they might cover because they're the best team in the league. Nah, this is somebody that they think has a chance against you. That's why you take the Bulls +6. Chicago Bulls are 9-3 ATS this season when having 2+ days rest as well. Wow. Hey, Casey just swayed me over. I was already kind of feeling Bulls a little bit, but you know how I feel playing the Bulls. Casey might make me place a bet on the Bulls today. Those was 2 good stats. I like those.
Kings at home have not been very good covering the number. 11-15 ATS as a home favorite. They're 10-14. I kind of like the Bulls in the spot. I think Casey put it over the top for me here, but this Kings team has been really inconsistent, and now they're coming off of that win against the Timberwolves. It feels like a little too many points here for this Kings team. I believe this is the first game on their West Coast road trip here for the Chicago Bulls as well. So that's always that first game you want to get off on the right foot, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So they have the Kings, the Jazz, the Warriors, the Clippers on their 4-game road trip here.
That was such a pause.
What did I say?
No, not you.
Luis.
Luis, that was crazy. He caught it, but like.
Oh, okay.
I
I
think
see
I
it.
would have just deleted. I would no, because he typed it out. I would have deleted and said something else. I wouldn't have said it like that.
So yeah, give me the. I'll take the Bulls here plus a 6.5. You on the Bulls here as well?
Yeah, I'm on the Bulls here. Casey's trend and my already gut feeling of wanting to fade the Kings after that overtime game because they're just incredibly inconsistent. Plus, you adding that they're terrible as a favorite at home,
Yeah.
it just feels like this is a sharp play. It really does.
Anything on the total here? 227.5.
Hmm. If I like the Bulls, I'm gonna like the Bulls in the under. I think that it's a Bulls defense steps up. Caruso gets them playing. They like it. I hate to admit it, but when Alex Caruso's in the lineup, they look better defensively, way better. Like it's like he's kind of anchoring that defense, getting people where they need to be. Like they are so much better of a defensive team when he plays. So yeah, I would take the under.
All right. Player props. Anything you're looking at?
Let me see. Jazz Bucks Nets money line. Well, not Nets because this minus 9.5. It's incredibly Jazz. Shoot, I don't even. The only one I like is the Bucks West. I don't know what to tell you because I'm on Wizards plus 6 and I'm on Grizzlies plus 9.5. So I mean they're favorites, so I guess they should win. But do they? No, I don't know if I want to take the. I don't know if I want to take the value in the Nets and Jazz money line parlay. Like,
Yeah.
there's no value in that.
So you mentioned the Alex Caruso thing. I just pulled up some numbers. So with him, they have a defensive rating of 116, allowing only 110.6 points per game. Without him, the defensive rating goes up by 3.5 to 119.5, and they're allowing almost 7.2, or are allowing 7.2 more points per game in that span.
Yeah, I like Bulls. I'll officially lock in when I hear Caruso. When I hear Caruso is in, that's when I'll officially lock this bet in. I'm not gonna play it before.
All right. Any player props you're looking at?
Let's see here. Is it just Kobe White continuously going and doing everything?
Yeah, I was maybe looking at Vucevic rebounds or something like that because I think he could definitely have a good night rebound on the basketball. The last 2 games against the Bulls, he's had 20 points and 14 rebounds and 24 points and 12 rebounds. But I like Kobe White has been really good as well. I mean, he's been ever since Zach LaVine's been dealing with that injury. He stepped up in a huge way for the Chicago Bulls team. So, if you want to look at his points, or what do you think, his PRA or his points alone? Threes maybe.
I was thinking PRA. I feel like
Okay.
I try to pick and choose sometimes RA or PA, PR with Kobe, and I just need to go PRA. Like he does it all.
Yeah.
Andre
All right.
Drummond might be a rebound candidate when they drop his line. I think he should feast on the second unit, and especially in the non-bonus minutes, he should really, really dominate on the glass.
Yeah, 100% do like that call.
I might really. I'm depending on what they have. I'm probably gonna lock that in. The non-bonus minutes are really gonna be key.
Anything else for this game?
No.
All right, last game of the night. We've got the Oklahoma City Thunder. They are in LA on a back-to-back situation here. 1 point favorite currently as it stands right now are the LA Lakers hosting the Thunder. Total is at 238.5. Looking at the injury report, nothing yet for the Thunder because they did play last night in Phoenix. Got the 8-point victory. Lakers, the usual suspects. Anthony Davis is probable. LeBron is questionable. Cam Reddish is probable. And then Jared Vanderbilt, Christian Wood, and Gabe Vincent continue to be out for the LA Lakers. Thunder on back-to-back situations this season have been actually pretty good. This is going to be their 11th back-to-back game. They are 7-3 straight up, 7-3 against the spread, 7-2-1 towards the over in back-to-back games here. But and I believe this is the 3rd matchup this season between these two teams. And I did see that the Lakers have won and covered 2 out of the 3 games already this season between these two teams. So Thunder in a spot here where they've been great on back-to-back, looking to even up the season series here. Terrell, what are you thinking?
I mean, You know what I do. Shay and the Thunder. I just continue not to fade this team. There's not so many times that I sit here and say that I like the other team more than Oklahoma City Thunder. Like it's really, really not. And we've had multiple years of OKC being one of the best ATS teams in the league before they were actually good. For me to say that. So, okay, I'm taking OKC. They played the Lakers the last time out, and the Lakers got the win. Casey is dropping chats. Actually, Luis was saying, talk me off Lakers -1. And then Casey immediately followed up with a two-piece a two-piece chicken dinner saying the Thunder are 41-14-2 since 2021 as a road dog when they cover the spread in the previous game. And they're 10-5-1 this season as a dog. I mean, Thunder as a dog was already a trend before they were good. Munaf. Before they were good, we were backing the Thunder as dogs. Like we were just blindly taking them as dogs. Yeah, I feel good about fading this Lakers team playing a team above 500. I'll say that. So OKC is in consideration for lock of the day as well.
Yeah, I think again for this OKC Thunder team, I mean, you've mentioned it. They've been an absolute wagon this season, both at home as a home favorite and then also in the underdog role, like you mentioned, and Casey pointing it out as well. So this season alone, 10-5-1 against the spread as a dog. I know it's only 1 point right now, but I just don't trust this Lakers team, man. I really don't. So give me the Thunder plus the 1 here. Total sitting at 238.5. There's trends on both sides of this thing. Lakers have trended towards the under at home this season. I know after the All-Star break, they haven't been very good defensively. But I think the Thunder offense could have some success in this game. So if you look at a Thunder team total over in this game, I think that's probably the look for me as far as a total in this game. But you have anything as far as a total?
No, I'm good. I'm just laughing at Tomorrow and Big West in the chat, man. Hey, man, dog, the Nets are like, what is the Nets money line today? It's like -700, -800, something like that, right? Maybe it's like
-425.
Yeah, it's like -425. Like, all right, if the Nets win, cool. They were -425. I don't really care. I'd rather sweat Memphis, to be honest. What else we got on this game?
Total and then player props.
I'm not really too sold one side or the other on the total, but what I will say is that we back SGA for sure. Yep. And we back those AD rebounds. Like I just can't get past this 31 rebounds to Nurt. What do you tell in a game that you won? What do you tell the locker room when Nurt out rebounds your 5 starters by himself? Like, what do you say? Like, it's no, like during the game, is he like, man, who's got Nurt? Who got Nurt on the boards, man? Because he's killing.
So AD last 4 games against the Thunder, 15 rebounds, 14, 11, and 15.
I'm taking it, man. I'm taking the rebound.
He has to walk into 15 tonight.
What do you tell him? Like, what do you tell the locker room? Hey, man, Nurt's guy. Like, I would just continuously looking at the box score, like, damn, no, damn, no. Like, yeah, he just need to do half. Like, we just need AD to do half of what Nurt did last night. Come on, I'm not asking for a lot.
Yeah, so I'll be on Anthony Davis rebounding props here for sure. It's at 13.5, so over 13.5 rebounds for AD here tonight. If you want to go points and rebounds, I think you should have a easier time scoring baskets here tonight as well. So, yeah, Anthony Davis for me. You mentioned SGA. Anybody else as far as player props?
No, I think those are the two I'm really focused on.
All right. Let's get over to our lock and dog here for tonight. Then we'll do our Underdog Fantasy entry for the games here tonight. You want to lead us off?
All right. I have a bunch of things I actually like tonight. So we could go back to OKC. We could. OKC is now a dog. Like, that's kind of crazy. And the Lakers are playing a good team. Let me see. So, Could go OKC. Could go back and fade the Nets. The Wizards are up there. I don't know. I'm actually kind of leaning to OKC. But that rebounding aspect, man, they scared me last night. There was a possible chance that they could have lost that game, but they're really, really good on the back-to-back as well. So
yeah,
they almost lose. People start fading them and trying to take the Lakers and talk themselves into the Lakers, and it's not the Lakers. The Lakers are not that good. Yeah, I'm taking OKC. OKC plus 1.5. OKC, that's my lock. For my dog,
okay.
it's Wizards or Bulls.
Well, whichever one you pick, I'm going the other way, or I'm picking the other team.
I'm gonna take the Bulls, man. Give me the Bulls. Casey sold me. I was already kind of on it, but Casey sold me. So if I hit this one, I'm giving all credit to Casey because I probably wouldn't have bet it. And I am waiting on Caruso, but I feel like Caruso is gonna play. Like I feel like Caruso has this questionable tag and he ends up playing. And so I like my chances. Give me the Bulls plus 205 to get it done. We're gonna fade the Kings at home, and the Kings in a bad spot after that overtime win against the Minnesota Timberwolves. So let's go Bulls. 2 days rest.
All right. So for my lock, I'm gonna go with the under in the Clippers and the Bucks game, 226 right now. Get that over at DraftKings. We mentioned it. Clippers struggling after the All-Star break. Even prior to the All-Star break, they were kind of limping into the All-Star break there. But coming out of the All-Star break, they've been struggling. Scoring the basketball, covering spreads. 89 points last night. I think that's really telling. Also, they're on a back-to-back situation here. And the Bucks, like I mentioned it, defensively stepped up over the last 5 games. They're the number 1 team, defensive rated team, 5-0 towards the under after the All-Star break. I know they haven't played the greatest competition there, but there's something to it that they've significantly improved on the defensive side of the basketball here. So I'll take the under 226. Wizards money line plus 185 as my dog. This is a good spot for the Wizards. Utah coming off the road trip. Wizards have I believe the 2-day rest advantage or 1-day rest advantage here as well. Jazz have Lauri Markkanen out, Walker Kessler out. Healthy squad for the Wizards. It's a good opportunity for them to break their losing streak here at 14 games in a row. So plus 185 on the money line for the Washington Wizards here tonight as my dog, which leads us to our underdog fantasy entry here for tonight, Terrell. Where do we want to start here? Do we go with AD to lead us off here to get the rebounds?
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
All right, let's see. So
and it's not like we're just fading them because we saw 31 rebounds, but it's the fact that AD already has good games against them. Yeah.
All right, so we'll go Anthony Davis higher 13.5 rebounds to lead us off here. Where else are we looking at?
Okay, let me see. Hold on. Wow, why can't I sign in? Wow, it's not letting me sign in. I need to. Wow, what's wrong with Underdog not letting me sign in, man? Okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to be putting this in at the same time until I figure that out. But let's see. What else do we like here for the props today? I can always buy in the SGA. We can go Giannis. We can see. Do you see a turnover prop for Vince Williams?
Let me see. Vince Williams, 3.5 turnovers.
Yeah. Why not?
A little higher on that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a ugly defensive game.
Yeah. All right. We'll throw that in there. And then let's see. You want to go Giannis? You want to go SGA?
Or we can go Vucevic.
Or Vucevic rebounds or points?
And rebounds?
Yeah, let's see. That number is at 30.5, so we'll go higher on that. All right.
Yeah, I can tell myself. He can have 21 and 10, 23 and 10, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So our entry for tonight on this Monday card, we got Anthony Davis, higher 13.5 rebounds, Vince Williams, higher 3.5 turnovers, and then we'll go Nikola
Oh
Vucevic of
no,
the
we forgot the
Bulls.
James Harden play.
Oh, okay. You want to do
Yeah,
4 tonight? Or you want to take one out?
Nah, let's take off the turnovers. Let's go James Harden.
Okay. PRA?
Yeah.
All right, 30.5. All right. So we'll recap that again. So we'll go Anthony Davis, higher 13.5 rebounds, Nikola Vucevic, higher 30.5 points and rebounds, and then James Harden, PRA, higher 30.5. That $20 entry will get you a nice return of $120 if we do go, in fact, 3 for 3 here tonight for our Underdog Fantasy entry. Again, go to underdogfantasy.com. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. Help us out. Help us with the network. And hopefully we can win this month as far as our contest goes again for the competition against the other shows on this network here. So there it is. All right, Terrell, that's going to wrap it up,
Hey
man.
I'm not trying to lose somebody that's not in season no more. We win it next month. We win it. I'm about to go door to door and start Jehovah's Witnessing people. We finna get Underdog signups. I'm gonna say it every single day. We gonna talk about it every day. All 75 people that are here right now signed up on Underdog. Make sure you use that code NBA SGPN. I know all 75 ain't signed up. All 75 ain't signed up. It's somebody that's missing.
Yeah, for the 68 of you watching on YouTube, for the 3 of you watching on Terrell's
I see
X
3.
account.
I see y'all 3. I see y'all 3. Well, I probably know who one of them is, but hey, make sure y'all signed up. Oh, somebody just dropped. Oh, they back. Never mind.
Oh, 76 now. Look. All right, make sure you follow Terrell on X and Instagram. That's at reallyrail__. You can follow me on X at sportsnerd824. Scott and I will be back tomorrow for the Tuesday card, and then it will be Terrell on Wednesday. So again, same time, same place, every single day, 11:05 Eastern time on the NBA Gambling Podcast YouTube channel. If you haven't already subscribed to us, make sure you do so on the YouTube channel. And make sure you guys sign up for Underdog Fantasy here as well. All right, let's get this Monday started off on a winning note. Till then, good luck with your bets here tonight. Let's break these books off and let it ride.